The sun rises soft and gentle over Mochi-yu village, its warm light filtering through the tall bamboo. Steam rises in lazy spirals from the hot spring, carrying the faint, sweet scent of yuzu. It is a morning of deep, quiet peace. From the main bathhouse, Kabi the capybara emerges. He is a picture of contentment, his cocoa-brown fur still glistening with a hint of moisture. On his head, a bright yellow yuzu and a single white flower sit perfectly centered. He pauses at the edge of the wooden boardwalk, his O-shaped smile serene. He takes a deep, slow breath, smelling the damp earth of the forest path that begins where the village ends. With a soft sound, almost too low to hear, he places one slightly webbed foot onto the mossy ground. He is not going anywhere in a hurry. Today is a day for a slow, thoughtful walk, a journey measured not in distance, but in peaceful moments. The forest beckons with its quiet promise of stillness, and Kabi is ready to answer its call. From a cozy nook under the floorboards, Mochi the guinea pig watched his big friend depart. He saw Kabi's slow, deliberate steps, and a gentle curiosity bloomed in his tiny heart. "Kabi-san," he whispered, a tiny week escaping his lips. Where was he going? Mochi loved the bustling peace of the onsen, but the deep, quiet woods held a different kind of magic, a magic Kabi seemed to understand so well. Making a quick decision, Mochi scurried out. He moved with a softness born of admiration, trying to mimic Kabi's unhurried pace. He darted from the shadow of one ancient root to the safety of a patch of soft clover, his little nose twitching, taking in all the new scents. He could just see Kabi's large brown shape moving slowly ahead, a steady, calming presence leading the way. Mochi didn't call out. This felt different. It was not a game of chase, but a quiet invitation to walk, to listen, and to simply be. And so, the small guinea pig became a silent, fluffy shadow, following the gentle giant into the heart of the woods. The path led them deeper, away from the familiar sounds of the onsen, and into the hushed cathedral of the forest. You can almost feel the air grow cooler, softer, smelling of damp earth, decaying leaves, and living moss. The trees here were ancient, their branches reaching for the sky like gnarled arms in a slow, centuries-long stretch. Velvet green moss carpeted everything: the stones, the fallen logs, the trunks of the trees themselves. It was a world of green and brown, painted in 1,000 different shades. Kabi moved through it all with a profound sense of belonging. His slow, steady steps made barely a whisper on the soft ground. A little way behind, Mochi trotted along, his small feet pattering on the leaves. He felt very small in this vast, quiet place, but he did not feel scared. With Kabi just ahead, the forest felt like a safe, enormous blanket, wrapped gently around them. The silence was not empty. It was full of the soft, slow life of the woods, a gentle hum that you feel more than you hear. Listen. Listen closely to the sounds of their walk. There is the soft, yielding press of Kabi's wide feet, sinking slightly into the mossy earth. A gentle sigh from the ground itself. Then, the faint, dry rustle as his leg brushes against a hanging fern. A moment of silence, and then you can hear the quick, light patter of Mochi's paws on a patch of fallen leaves. A tiny crunch, like paper being gently crumpled. He pauses, and the only sound is the distant, solitary call of a single bird, a sweet, clear note that hangs in the air before dissolving into the quiet. There are no sudden noises here. Every sound is soft, gentle, and expected. It is the natural rhythm of the forest, a slow and peaceful symphony. It's the sound of a world that is not in a hurry. You can almost feel the soft ground under your own feet, the cool air on your skin. With each soft step, the world outside this forest fades a little further away, leaving only this deep, gentle peace. After walking for what felt like a gentle eternity, the dense trees began to part. A soft, warm light bloomed ahead, growing brighter with every step. Kabi pushed through a final curtain of ferns and stepped into a hidden clearing. It was a perfect circle of sunlight in the heart of the shadowy woods. The air here was warmer, and it hummed with the lazy buzzing of happy bumblebees dancing among tiny white wildflowers. A great, ancient tree stood like a silent guardian on the far side, its leaves rustling in a barely there breeze. Kabi stopped at the edge, blinking slowly in the bright, gentle light. He stood perfectly still, simply breathing in the tranquility of the place. This was a sanctuary, a place of rest. He felt a deep rightness in being here, as if the path had been leading him to this very spot all along. From the edge of the woods, Mochi peered out, his eyes wide with wonder at the sudden, beautiful brightness. The clearing felt sacred, a pocket of pure, warm peace held in the cool hands of the forest. And there, in the very center of the clearing, bathed in the warmest part of the sunlight, was a stone, or what looked like a stone at first glance. It was large and round, covered in patches of green moss and patterns that looked like the rings of a tree. But as Mochi's eyes adjusted, he saw that it was not a stone at all. He saw a wrinkled, leathery leg resting on the soft grass. He saw the gentle curve of an ancient domed shell. It was a turtle, a very, very old and very, very large turtle, sleeping deeply in the sun. It was so still. It seemed to be a part of the clearing itself, as old as the guardian tree that watched over it. Kabi had already found a spot in the grass. He wasn't surprised. He simply sat, a respectful distance away, his calm gaze resting on the sleeping giant. He recognized a fellow master of stillness, a creature who understood the profound power of rest. Mochi crept forward, his curiosity now mixed with a deep sense of reverence. Kabi closed his eyes. He didn't need to see. He could feel the rhythm of this place, and at its heart was the turtle. At first, there was only silence, but as Kabi settled, he began to perceive it. A slow, deep, powerful rhythm. It was the turtle's breath, an impossibly long, gentle inhale, so slow the grass barely moved. A pause, a moment of perfect, absolute stillness, and then an equally long, steady exhale, a soft sigh of air that had been held for what felt like an age, in, and pause, and out. It was the rhythm of the seasons, the rhythm of tides, the rhythm of a life lived so long that hurry had become a forgotten language. Kabi felt his own breathing begin to slow, syncing with this ancient, calming pulse. Inhale peace, exhale worry, inhale warmth, exhale thoughts. The clearing itself seemed to be breathing along with the turtle, the sunlight warming and cooling in a gentle, hypnotic wave. It was a living meditation, a quiet lesson in the art of being still. Mochi watched Kabi for a long moment. He saw his big friend, usually the calmest creature he knew, become even calmer, sinking into a stillness that was deeper than sleep. The little guinea pig felt the rhythm too, that slow, steady breath of the ancient turtle. It was like a soft, deep hum that vibrated through the ground, up through his tiny paws, and into his heart. His own breath, usually quick and light, began to soften and deepen. The curiosity that had driven him all this way melted into a warm, sleepy contentment. He padded softly over to Kabi's side, nuzzling into the thick, warm fur of his friend. Kabi didn't stir, but Mochi felt the steady, slow beat of his heart. It was a different rhythm from the turtle's, but just as calming. Between the ancient breath of the turtle and the steady heartbeat of his friend, Mochi felt completely safe. He was anchored in a sea of peace. His eyelids grew heavy. He gave a tiny, contented squeak and let them close. And so they rested. The three of them, a capybara, a guinea pig, and an ancient turtle, sharing the warm, golden light of the afternoon. They formed a small island of peace in the vast ocean of the forest. There were no words, no plans, no thoughts of tomorrow or yesterday. There was only the gentle warmth of the sun on their fur and shells. There was only the soft grass beneath them. And there was the breath, the slow, deep breath of the turtle, setting the rhythm for the entire clearing. The steady, quiet breath of Kabi, a pillar of calm, and the soft, sleepy breath of Mochi, lost in a dream of safety and warmth. The world outside this clearing could continue on, but here, time had slowed to a crawl. Here, the only thing to do was to be, to feel the gentle rise and fall of your own chest, to feel the weight of your body, completely supported, completely safe, to let go, and to drift on the slow, quiet river of this perfect, peaceful moment. The golden light softens, turning to warm honey, then to a gentle rose. The shadows of the trees stretch long across the clearing, and the air grows cooler. The day is coming to a peaceful close. The turtle does not move, a monument to rest. Kabi's head has lowered to rest on his paws, his serene smile still present, even in deep sleep. And little Mochi, tucked into the warm space beside him, is dreaming soft, fluffy dreams. The rhythm of the turtle's breath continues, a slow, deep lullaby for the forest itself. The first fireflies begin to appear at the edge of the trees, their soft, blinking lights, like tiny, floating stars. The world is quiet. The forest is sleeping. And you can sleep too. There is nothing left to do now but rest. Feel the warmth. Feel the safety. Listen to the slow, steady rhythm of your own breathing. In and out. Just like the turtle. Just like the forest. It is time to sleep. Good night.